I'd like to talk to you about full kitting, a very boring subject, but worth a few minutes of listening to this video because you can double your productivity if you do it right. And we find it surprising how often with our clients we have to install or reinstall full kitting in their operations. Okay, it's a killer, right? And yet it's so simple, right? It does mean you have to make sure you have all the things you need before you start a job, right? And you can do this with checklists, you can do this with Kanban boards, you can do it in various different ways, but the real thing is to make sure that it's being done rigorously. Otherwise you're going to get into a mad world where everybody's running around like chickens with their heads chopped off. So let's have a look at the different cases where you might need to do it. Product development, pharmaceuticals, for example. At one stage you have to produce a lot of documentation, write it and check it, validate it. Okay, you might have 500 different documents to be produced in a few months, right? And the best way of doing that, if you don't want to get completely lost with all this going on, is, for instance, a Kanban board where you just point out these are the documents that we have to produce. These are the documents we're working on, the work in progress, and these are the documents that we finished. And you make sure that things flow quickly. You're not working on too much at the same time, and you'll find that if you do that, the lead times are reduced, productivity increases, visibility becomes very good. Okay. In a completely different arena. Try aircraft maintenance, right? If you're not very careful in making sure that the mechanics, before they go off onto the airplane, have a full kit of the parts that they will need, the tooling that is required to do the job, and whatever documentation they require, then very quickly you'll find that your mechanics are spending a lot of time walking around, going to the stores to get some missing part and whatever, and their productivity is significantly reduced. Okay. In yet another area, assembly, especially non-repetitive assembly, make-to-order assembly, right, where you're not on an assembly line anyway. So on these assembly benches, if you look, you'll usually find that the productivity, the actual assembly time, is very reduced. So 30% of the time they're actually assembling. The rest of the time, what are they doing? If you check it out, you'll see that they're often managing the consequences of shortages. Okay, they didn't have the right parts, and therefore they're going to have to go and find them, discuss what to do. They're probably not going to be assembling things according to the right procedures because they haven't got the parts arriving in any kind of logical sequence, so they'll just assemble what they can. And it'll be a madhouse, especially if you're in an environment where you can cannibalize, let's just say, steal a part from product A and put it on part B because that's missing, and if I do that, at least that one I can sell. Your computer won't understand what's going on, will get completely lost, and you'll end up in a madhouse very quickly with very low productivity, bad due date performance, high work in progress, just poor performance. Okay, so whatever your business, watch out. This full kitting, the boring subject, does produce significant increases in productivity, increases in quality, getting it right first time, reductions in lead time. So it's well worth doing. It's also good qualitatively speaking because it gets people to work transversely better, right, between those who prepare and those who do it, between those in the offices and those in on the shop floor and that sort of stuff. Okay, so please, if you're not doing it rigorously, do so. If you think you're doing it, please just go and check that you really are doing it, because people often say, yeah, of course we do full kit. And when you go and see the people who are actually doing the work, they say, yeah, that's what the boss thinks. So go and have a look. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.